What's going on, everybody? It's Adam from Free Weights and Freedom, bringing you another episode of Getting Ripped with Tripp, where I attempt to bring you easy, macro-friendly meals that taste good also. Sunday, 4th of July weekend's kind of winding down. It's been great. I had a good time with some friends and family this weekend. That's why I'm going straight. I'm still straight bro vet right now, 5th group hat. Some gave all shirt. You guys know who you are, my fellow bro vets out there. Bought that European Union flag that Grunt Style just put out. It's awesome, love it. Holidays are also good. Me and my buddy Bart, who's a professional gambler, we usually like to put odds on things. One of our favorite ones is St. Patrick's Day, because no matter what, the best is when it falls on like a random weekday, like a Tuesday or a Wednesday. We always put odds on how many people are gonna drive themselves off the cliffs just because it's Tuesday and it's St. Patrick's Day. So you have no choice but to get obliterated. So that's a fun one. And then 4th of July is our second favorite one. So because grown men's basically blowing themselves up with fireworks. And so this year we had the over-under on fatalities in Omaha was at half a person, which the over hit on that. We had one fatality, which was like on July 1st or 2nd, some guy blew himself up with an artillery shell, grown man blowing himself up with fireworks. Tragic, but I don't know. I hate to see that, but still, you're a grown man blowing yourself up with fireworks, and I don't understand it. The thing was, I read the story, and he was actually waiting on his wife. They were getting ready to go to Chuck E. Cheese. So that would be my nutrition tip for the week. If you want to lose the best way to lose 8 to 10 pounds quickly is just go to Chuck E. Cheese. You have every communicable disease known to man in that place. A bunch of four-year-old through 10-year-old kids running around, colds, flus, nose running, touching everything. You will be deathly ill when you leave there, trust me. So if you want to lose 8 to 10 pounds quick, go to Chuck E. Cheese with the kids. A couple days later, you're puking your guts out. You're going to lose about 8 to 10 pounds fast. So if you're going on a vacation or a wedding, you got something to go to, and you need to lose weight quick, that's my nutrition tip for the week, Chuck E. Cheese. All right, let's get into what we're going to be making today. It's going to be garlic ranch pork chops and potatoes. So what you're going to need for this, obviously you're going to need some pork chops. So I got a couple of thick chops. These say Iowa chops on them, and hopefully they're a little bit better quality than that football team is. If not, these are going to be pretty mediocre, but hopefully they'll be a little bit better than that. So pork chops. I got a couple pounds. I think I'm going to do 4 servings, so I figure 1 pound, 1 chop for each serving should be fine. Packet of Hidden Valley Ranch, just 1 packet. Some baby potatoes, a little mix of red and gold. You need about 1.5 pounds of these, so you can kind of play that by ear, however many you want. Should be fine. I'll do a little mix of the red and the gold, should be good. Olive oil. You're going to need some parsley for the potatoes also, oregano. Some garlic. You can use either cloves or minced or this paste. I like to use the paste, so it's going to be 3 cloves. It ends up being 3 teaspoons of this. Black pepper, and that's really it. So we're going to start. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees. You're going to need this is a sheet pan meal, so you can need a sheet pan obviously, and then a small mixing bowl for the seasoning and for the seasoning for the potatoes, and a larger mixing bowl for the actual potatoes and the pork chops. So get your oven preheated to 400 degrees, and then we'll get started on the seasoning for the pork chops and the potatoes. Okay, so we have to make the seasoning now. That's going to be for the potatoes and the pork chops. So I went ahead and did 1.5 pounds of the baby red and gold potatoes. I just cut them in half or quarters, depending on how big they were. Go ahead and throw them in a large mixing bowl. Put them aside. I got the oregano, the parsley, and the black pepper already going. It's a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper and oregano, and then a teaspoon of parsley. Throw that in there. You're gonna put the ranch mix, the 1 packet in there. Dry. You don't prepare it as it says on the packet. Just the dry seasoning. 3 tablespoons of olive oil. We're gonna go in there. Oh, by the way, the over-under on injuries in Omaha was 28.5 on 4th of July, and we came way over on that. It was over 40 people that were either mangled or maimed on 4th of July by fireworks. So nice job, Omaha, of hitting the over on that. Hopefully you guys got some money in on that bet. If you need help, my buddy Bart, he can help you out. You know, sports gambling is now going to be legal in Iowa. Definitely looking forward to that. Oop, that would have been way too much garlic. 3 teaspoons. We'll put like 3 teaspoons of this garlic paste in there. And as you guys know, with garlic, it's pretty strong, so just either add more or cut back, depending on what you guys enjoy. So we're gonna give this a quick stir. Get that going. Should be pretty good. Okay. Get it mixed well. It's pretty thick, a little thicker than I thought it was gonna be, but let's see how this goes. And then you're gonna do a tablespoon and a half of the of this mix on the potatoes. Just kind of eyeball it. A tablespoon and a half. Throw that in there. Then you're gonna have a bunch left over for the actual pork chops. Keep that in there. Now you just want to kind of mix these around. Your potatoes, get them nice and mixed. Get it coated. Use a couple of spoons. Just want them coated fairly evenly. Okay. You guys heard that. The oven is ready. Perfect timing. All right. So once you got that kind of mixed together, you're going to go ahead and add them to your prepared baking sheet. So I just sprayed it down with some non-stick spray. Put that in there. Spread them out nice and even on the cooking tray. Okay. These are going to go for 20 minutes at 400. There we go. All right. So as these are cooking, you're going to go ahead and prepare your pork chops. Okay. Potatoes are going. They're cooking for 20 minutes. While that's happening, go ahead and take your pork chops. Put them in that same bowl that you had your potatoes in. We'll do 2 at a time because you're gonna use the rest of the ranch, garlic, seasoning stuff for your potatoes, for your pork chops. Sorry. Give it another quick stir. I'm just gonna do like half of what's remaining for these 2. Just try to make sure they're nice and evenly coated. Kind of sticky, I'm not gonna lie, it's not easy. This is not easy. Okay. Almost need like something to like spread it out evenly. Okay. Get your other 2 going. Alright. These are pretty thick, so it says to cook them for 10 to 15 minutes. These might need to go a little longer because they're pretty thick, so. Kind of pour some of the liquid in there. You can see it's kind of like, it's pretty thick, right? Try to, let me grab a knife and see if I can, spread it out a little easier. All right, so once you got them nice and coated pretty evenly with the remaining mix, you can go ahead and set them aside until the potatoes are done. I'll probably just throw them in the fridge so they're not sitting out for about 15 minutes. Okay, potatoes are done, so I just took them out, give them a quick stir with the spatula, pushed them off to each side of the sheet pan to make some room for these pork chops. So just got them on a cutting board, got the garlic stuff, garlic, olive oil, ranch stuff. It's thick, kind of paste. Next time I'll probably use minced garlic because it's literally like paste. So a little worried what this is gonna look like when it comes out, but keep the oven on, obviously. So these, like I said, these are a little thicker, so they might take a little longer. The recipe says 10 to 15 minutes, but it looks like they use some pretty thin pork chops. These are fairly thick, so I'm gonna say probably, I'm gonna start at 15 minutes and then I'll check the temperature on them when they're done. So pork, 160 degrees if you have a meat thermometer, but just kind of check them. I'll throw them in there for 15 and just see how it goes. Yeah, be careful, the trays will still be hot. Keep it on 400. Throw them back in. Set it for 15 and see how that goes. Damn. All right, 15 minutes. I'll pull them out, check the temperature. All right, boys and girls, the pork chops are done. I went and took them out. I used the meat thermometer. I probed the meat deeply to make sure they're at temperature. They're perfect. Went ahead and plated one for you guys if you can see it. Hopefully the lighting's good, but nice. That garlic ranch seasoning on top of it with the potatoes. Came out nice and crispy, perfect. Smells really good, so don't overcomplicate things, guys. It's that easy. Find you a nice piece of protein that you like, nice healthy carb that you enjoy. Put them together, track your food, go to Chuck E. Cheese, puke your guts out, lose 8 pounds. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'll be back next week with another episode of Getting Ripped with Tripp.